Hi, my name is S.Donawa, and this is my RA application for the 26-27 school year. A little bit about me is that I'm a rising senior majoring in financial management, and I'm applying for my second year as an RA. I spent my first year at the 1201 Washington Boulevard building at the UConn Stanford campus. I'm interested in returning to this role because I'm excited to continue being a pillar in the residential communities at UConn, and I'm excited to continue growing as a person. I feel like I've already developed a lot in this role, and I would love to see that through. Specifically, I've noticed my communication, my accountability, and my time management skills have all greatly improved. This job is very demanding in all three of those areas, and whether it's working with my staff or residents, it's very vital that you communicate well, you hold yourself and others accountable, and that you manage your time well, otherwise you will become overwhelmed. And so I feel like I'm excited to just continue improving those skills. And I've already seen the impact I can make as an RA, as somebody that's a leader in my community. So I'm excited to, progress with that as well. As a returning RA, I feel it's vital to be a role model and lead by example for the new RAs to kind of show them what's required of them in the role. I feel like this is a hands-on job that, we go through training in that, but you really don't know until you get in the moment. So I think back to times where I was on calls or I was on duty and I just had my returners kind of guide me through the moment. I feel like that's essential in this role, being somebody that the new RAs can rely on to show them how things are supposed to be done, being confident in your abilities as an RA so that when, your coworkers have questions, they can rely on you. And part of that is being a willing communicator, being somebody that's there, an active listener, listening to the questions that that your new RAs have, and having the knowledge base and the experience to actually help them and respond to them. And in terms of just building team morale and building a team vibe, I feel it's important to just find ways to bond with your new members. I can think back to my training experience where a lot of the RAs, the returners, and the new people, we would go out to lunch and we would just do little things, play little games, and just find ways to make it more of a team atmosphere. I feel like that's very important in making it a palatable experience to where we feel comfortable with each other. And when you feel comfortable with each other, you enjoy working with one another and you can work better together because you have that chemistry and you have that understanding. You have that faith that you can rely on the person next to you. So I feel those are the important things in being a mentor. Looking at my resident impact as an RA, I can highlight a specific time where I was talking to a resident during Husky Chats, and they were expressing to me how they felt overwhelmed to begin the semester. They were dealing with separation anxiety from their family, and they were having a tough time adjusting to classes and college as a whole. And to support them in this moment, I expressed and shared with them resources like Shaw and other, tutoring centers and resources on campus that they can utilize. And as the conversation progressed, I kind of just wanted to empathize with them and connect with them on that human level and share with them how I struggled as a freshman and the things that kind of helped me get through those tough times and what they could do in the moment as well. And continuing to make an impact in the future as an RA, I feel that it's important to be a willing learner, always trying to have a growth mindset and understand that I don't know everything and that there's always more for me to learn. I feel it's vital to becoming a better RA and finding new ways to connect with my residents and support them, and knowing that there's always new information out there that I can learn and different ways that I can help people. And I also want to continue to be innovative and find other ways that, they might need help or they might need this or they might need that. So I can just do whatever I can to be the most supportive and helpful RA that I can be. As a problem solver, a situation where I had to address where the protocol wasn't clearly spelled out was when one of my residents had a late night toilet leak that was leaking into her room and getting all of her belongings wet. The situation was escalating very quickly and some of her belongings were getting destroyed. So I took steps in the moment to just try to calm her down and remain level-headed. And I gave her advice on how she can protect some of her things and keep her vitals safe and out of the flood. And then I reminded her on the resources that we have, such as the work order system and the maintenance team. And I advised her to file another work order with a high priority so that they can get the maintenance team out there quicker. And then I just advised her again to keep a level head in the moment, don't overreact, and wait for the maintenance team to come. while she, in the moment, handled her belongings and did what she could to minimize the damage. The result of the situation is that she saved all of her vitals and all of her valuables, and there was a little bit of water damage to some of her shoes and clothes and that, but it wasn't anything terrible, and the maintenance team eventually came out and resolved the issue, and I did what I could to help her kind of salvage some of her things in the moment. And this is kind of a part of being a problem solver and just thinking on your feet, being on the fly, and just always kind of just being available to your residents, even though I wasn't on duty at night or anything like that. I just took the time to be as supportive as I could and trying to help somebody who was going through a tough time in the moment, and just relying on my resources as an RA and as a person in general, kind of just giving her that advice that she could use in the moment. And in closing, this experience as an RA has been one of the best things in my life. I feel like I've grown so much, and it's also been one of the most rewarding experiences in my life because I feel like I've been able to help people in ways that I've never done before. I hope to continue growing and helping people on their same journey by returning as an RA, and I thank you for your time and consideration for me in this role.